feel like I drove you out of the house. And I want to say I'm very sorry. Okay, good day to everyone. Today is a big day for us. Today my parents are coming to stay over for the first time in this house. And we are going to prepare the house because my mom's cleanliness standard is next level. So my mother doesn't need to know this, but we have arranged with Helpling to send help to come and clean the house for us lah. Because you know, if we do it ourselves, we will probably quarrel, maybe fight 2 times, kena scolding, not clean enough. So we get professional help lah, huh?
Yeah, so I don't want to get judged by my mother-in-law because you know last time people will expect the wife to clean the house.
Yeah. But now this generation of women really it's just fantastic. Sorry, you were saying?
I do the laundry.
Yeah, it's just fantastic, as I was saying. We have a robot vacuum, but it's the dust on the shelf, on the fan, on the things that we display. It's like, wow, ain't nobody got time for that. Also, we are very blessed. We know that. Also, this is a very good time to announce something very, very special for our channel. We have our first channel sponsor. Yes! And it happens to be Helpling, so thank you very much. We really needed this sponsorship to come in today. So that one also, my mother will be happy with me.
Yes.
No lah, okay, my mom's not like that. She's very nice. And we are very, very grateful for this partnership. I want to say we have a very special promo code for y'all, so stay tuned to the end. Chinarli. Oh, okay. Hey, while my wife shit herself, I thought it's a good time to really talk about some of our biggest fights and when we first started living together, because when we first moved in together, right, we got to stay just her and I for like a month plus. And then due to my parents' housing situation, they had to come and crash with us for 6 months, which I was very, very happy to. Because you know, as an Asian son, it's like a very proud son moment. However, that whole incident is what caused our biggest fight to date. And this is like 10 plus years of archives. That was the biggest fight. Also, when we did the AMA, I think some of y'all have questions for us, asking for advice on what to prepare for before y'all move in together. So we're gonna coincide everything in this episode. Okay, how long have we been living together?
Close to 6 years.
And how has it been so far living with me?
Great. Last time I always dreamed that I can't wait for the day where I can, see him every day. Last time, right, I will cry when he go home one day. I will stand at my door, right? It's like the dad going to work and then like just sit there like, bring me with you, like that one.
Okay, the dad part is a bit weird, What do you think is your living style before we move in together, and has that changed?
Messy, and it has changed drastically. So when I was younger, I think my mom and dad, they're always working and we don't have helper. So it's up to me and my siblings to keep the house neat, right? So of course, if it's up to us, we don't care lah. So then when I go to John's place, his mom is a bit more particular with cleanliness. And then every week I'm there, right, the 3 of them will take turns to do housework. And then inevitably, since I'm staying there, I also have to do a bit.
Also need to suck up to future mother-in-law lah.
Correct. So I need to be mopping and sweeping. And then I go back to my house and I look at my house, I'm like, 不用了.
Growing up, right, with my mother's unrealistic mopping standards, like for example, I don't know, because we standard not very high, so we were on a very short leash, right? So like literally the mop can only like cover 6 towels. More than 6 towels must go back and wash it, and she will bloody tell us one. I used to think my mom, right, has a mental problem when it comes to this. But then I realized when I have my own house, right, that is genetics. I also become like that.
But when I am in charge of a bigger house, which is our own house, I realized that I appreciate cleanliness a lot. Like I cannot take it if like there's water stain on the toilet basin or the toilet bowl. I get very iffed out lah. I really don't like. So I only realized that I'm a very clean person.
What was it like adjusting to living with me?
Wow. I think my only issue living with you is that you have a rule that everything has its own place.
No, it's a lot more elegant than that. Everything in its place.
Everything in its place. But sometimes, you will keep one. If there are guests coming, you will make sure that you have a tidy house. It's just that at that moment, it's like hey, why don't you just let me leave it here? Why cannot? Then sometimes we quarrel because of that.
Yeah. No, okay. I also agree that why cannot is the questions that I will ask my mom last time. But I want to say this, whenever you buy something, right, or when you plan your space, right, you think about every single day, when you come back with your bags, when you take out your shoe, where will all these things be? And if there isn't a place for it, either don't buy it or plan your space better. That's what I think.
Okay, sure.
You know, like when you go there, when you shop around and then you're looking for that, you see the little Christmas ornament or for me it's all the Mickey Mouse nonsense, right?
Hey, what Mickey Mouse nonsense? Mickey Mouse is not nonsense, okay?
To me, is there a spot in the house that you want to put there and you know it will be nice? If don't have, don't buy. Okay, fast game recess. We are cooking lunch now before the Helpling people arrive so that they can one shot do the dishes.
We don't have a dishwasher.
What is for lunch?
Aglio olio!
Aglio olio with bacon and shrimp. We do have a dishwasher. I would like you to meet the dishwasher.
And we done. Yum yums to the tum tum.
No need.
Also in that split second, I made a chicken.
Wow.
Good,
She made not just any chicken, but she made the
honey glazed chicken. And look at the mess. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so the cleaner from Helpling is here. Woo! So we're gonna film in the room and we're gonna talk about our biggest ever fight. Okay, what is our biggest fight?
Our biggest fight is when your parents move into the house.
It's not because they move in lah.
I think a bit of backstory of why your parents moved in is that they sacrificed a lot for their three children. Like when they were younger, they sold their house and then they started renting because they also have to house their office in the house and their grandparents and everything.
To be able to take care of my grandparents.
Correct.
Yeah.
So then when the time comes where all three of them move out of the house, it doesn't make sense for his parents to live in such a big house by themselves and keep renting when one of the children here has an extra room. So I was really okay with it. People ask me how is it possible or like why you're okay that your in-laws are moving in. I'm like, have you seen my in-laws? Like they are the most accommodative people. Like I love them and I don't foresee there will be any problem. But I was wrong. So 3 months into moving into our own house, like just the two of us, the decision came about that his parents are going to move in.
While they get their own flat. So they will stay with us temporarily while they go and find their house lah.
Yeah, so during that 3 months, I started to feel a bit of uneasiness. Or maybe because it's a complacent feeling where, you know, you finally got your own house and it's just the two of us where there are no adults anymore. You know, it's your own place, you build with whatever money you earn. And I'm just so happy, you know. And during that 3 months, I think we had a lot of fun. Because we can go and eat supper or like just do funny things ourselves.
Like, you know, if you go out in the middle of the night, like 12 o'clock, because you order McDonald's, you don't get the doorbell ring, which is a problem last time because the doorbell ring wake your family up. Then you on TV, you on soft. Don't have because it's just us. So we'll just watch movies until like 1 a.m. in the living room and then the whole space was ours, right?
Correct.
So that was a fun time.
And you could walk around naked in the house even if you
Not like we
want
really
to.
did lah.
I think I did lah.
It's more you jump out, you zah, then you run back in, you know?
Then we started having talks of like, you know, I started telling him that it's not that I regret, but you know, I feel this thing lah. I feel that it's as though somebody is invading my space. A few more months into it, I think that's where we started quarreling more because every little thing they do, he feels that it's annoying me. Like for example, like if I want to wash clothes, right? And then I realize that his mom is washing clothes or wash clothes and I cannot hang my clothes. Then I'll go into the room and I'll sulk a bit. And then he picks up on these things very fast because he's also being a bit more sensitive in this situation.
I am very sensitive by nature. Oftentimes, like I can tell Pat that she's angry even before she decides that she's angry. So I'll ask her, so what is it? And then that usually sets her off because she's not ready to admit to herself that she's angry yet. But I'm always on.
No, but sometimes he's wrong, you know. Then he like to no, tell me what's wrong. No, like no, you are exaggerating the situation. If I say nothing is wrong, then maybe not.
But it's not nothing lah. It's just to you.
I don't want to say lah.
You were going to let it go lah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, so let me take over this part, right? There was no major things besides when it's just the two of us fighting. But the displeasure to me, I could see very clearly lah. Like my dad, for example, maybe he pee on the toilet seat, then got like a few drops lah, and so the toilet will be a bit smellier. Cause I mean, he's an older man, then you know, pee a bit more smelly or whatever. I don't know lah, you know. So to me, it's like okay, but it's not. We are not expected to clean. Because honestly, my mom cleans the toilet every single day. Because she know her husband like that. I love you, Dad. No problem. Come and pee at my house on the floor. I don't give a So to me, like, okay, the toilet doesn't smell like lavender. It smells like a toilet. I understand that it's not ideal. But whenever there's guests, my mom will make sure she clean again or whatnot, or I will help to clean also. But I could tell she's getting really irked and she wanted me. It's as though she wanted me to tell my father, if you pee on the seat again, But it's not like I know that's not what she wants also. But she couldn't
internalize this.
Yeah. To be honest, I think at some point, right, the fight with Pat, right, got really frustrating because she actually internalized it. But she tell me, I know it's not their fault. I know it's nobody's fault. I know the problem is me that I'm feeling this way, but I cannot help it. Then I jam leh. Because as the middleman and the chief negotiator,
I admit already.
yeah, like they know.
Apologize.
It's like I know I shouldn't slap you, but here it is. I know I shouldn't. I'm sorry. But the slaps just keep coming out. I don't know what to do already.
I think one of the biggest fight and that made me felt very, very bad was there was a time where his mom made dinner. And in my house, right, even though we are so untidy, right, my mom always had a rule. After you cook, just mop the floor because you don't want people walking in and out of the kitchen and then going into the living room, making the whole place very oily lah. So after his mom cooked, his mom will go and bathe. So for me, it's like, okay lah, I will just go and mop the floor. But just nice when I'm about to mop, the mom was done with bathing and then they all came out to have dinner. So to them, it felt as though like, we're trying to show some displeasure that, hey, how come you cook already, you never clean the floor lah? So he started like, babe, can you kind of eat first? You can clean later. Yeah. But I'm like, no, it's very fast one because my kitchen is really very small back then.
The whole house damn small.
I'm like, let me just mop the floor first, then I will eat.
In this tone.
Yeah. Really, man? Okay, but maybe I didn't take note. But so I said lah, like, why can't I just mop first and then I eat later? So I think his mom felt that like, sorry leh, I cook already, I never mop.
Because my mom suddenly started apologizing to her.
Yeah, but it was not. It was more like, because he said it like that, I also feel a bit paiseh lah. Like, hey, I'm not trying to put your mom down. I just wanted to mop the floor for cleanliness lah. So then the whole dinner went very quiet. And then after the next thing I know, right, when his mom went into the room, I think we had a small chat also. He told me how it may have seemed to his parents. So I went into the parents' room to apologize. So I said that, I just want to say that I was not targeting at you and I was not angry because you didn't clean the floor, but I was more of the way he said it, and it's as though he's trying to paint a picture as though that I'm very angry with her. I said I'm not angry with you, and then the mom teared. And I felt very bad. He's like, Pat, I'm so sorry. He's like, I don't want the two of you to quarrel and I don't want to do things that will make you all quarrel. So I felt very, very bad. But it was it was a peeve that I have lah because my mother taught me this way lah.
So then that period of conflict make it really difficult because number one, because my parents are home also, it's not like we can fight it out. So a lot of the things, a lot of our most painful, emotionally draining fights, right, we like whispering. Yeah, because the new HDB, the wall it's like enhanced partition only, So a lot of our emotions, right, were suppressed for the longest time and we started fighting over like completely dumb shit.
Very dumb.
Yeah, and then whenever my parents are not here, for example, they go out late or they stay over somewhere else, my sister's house or what, right? Then we have our real fights. Then we really let go one. And I remember those times like Pat would just slam the door and lock the door, that kind. Like not the bedroom door, actually not so thick.
The toilet door.
Like the toilet door.
Yeah.
And I remember being so angry, right? That because the thing about it is that when you quarrel them, you tit for tat, right? So when her tit is to close the door, right? Then whatever I touch, she cannot see, man. Wow, then I bang So I wanted to bang the door damn hard, right? So I want to take something and throw at the door. So I remember there was a plastic file. Inside is like a HDB paper. We just moved in not long. Then I wanted to take that plastic file and jump the door so that she get a shock inside. But then I remember, right, that we were too broke, right, to afford a proper door. Then that door damn hollow and it's gonna break a hole inside. Then I need to buy another door, which I don't have the money for. So I remember in a fit of anger, right, I open up the plastic file, I take out a piece of paper, then I throw the paper, then the paper never touch the door, the paper like that. Then
guys don't do well with fire.
Wow, then I triple basics. I remember I go downstairs, then I just go outside and go sit at the staircase. Every time I'm angry, right, I just go to that spot until she found it. You found it right at some point.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
So I think that was our biggest, most intense fight because the environment itself, as much as everybody wants the best for everybody, it creates a super, super tense situation. I like to think we're not like that now. If my parents ever need to move in, I think because they stayed with us for 2 to 3 years, and for the first 3 months it was like that. And I thought 3 months is a long time when you're living in hell, okay? Then after that, it was just bliss lah, to be very honest. And I think COVID brought us very close together.
Yes.
COVID,
Yes.
we really distribute the workload, and then I think Pat and I had a lot of fun like masking up, you know, like a zombie apocalypse, then go and buy groceries, then keeping my older parents at home, and we played mahjong a lot. That was when I learned mahjong. So literally sit down there, play mahjong every day. Like lunchtime from work, we just play one round first.
Yes.
Cause not say work then busy, no client, almost told already at that time.
Not me, I working at work.
Yeah. I think it was also during those times, right, when we debrief each other, then we realized that there's a deeper issue that you were going through. In your childhood and your family life, there were very little things that were yours. And the things that were yours, you needed to hold on to it. And I think moving into our BTO was the first time in Pat's life that she has something of value that is truly hers. And also because we got to enjoy it for 3 months, we felt like, okay, it's really ours and we know how to use it to make us happy. And then when we suddenly had to share it, and when things happen that is, that is not preferred, which happens on our daily life, you know what I mean? Like you want to walk at a certain speed, then somebody just walk in front of you, force you to slow down. You know those kind of things that is happening in your own house, and it's not like Pat can just walk into my parents' room and be like, hey, So there's a lot of tahan, there's a lot of restrictions, but when I realized and understood that this is why she felt this way, I think the both of us were a lot more understanding of each other. And I want to admit that, and I've said this before on the Daily Catch Up, was that I think in the most angriest of angry part where I found that, you are being really unreasonable, right? I said a very hurtful thing to Pat. And I say this in an angry tone, I'm saying calmly now, and it sounds that you imagine I angry death stare her as I say this, which is that I want you to know that when it comes down to it and you make me choose between my parents and you, I will pick my parents every time. Then I remember she cried, and that was a turning point in our relationship.
I think I always understood that his parents will always come before anybody, and at that point of time when he said that to me, when he said that to me back then, it made me realize that how unreasonable I was being lah. And it's not that I don't know that I'm being unreasonable, like small things can trigger me off. It's like like why? Don't need ma. Like I spoke to a lot of my friends and they'll be like, Pat, I think that is nothing, that's fine. But to me it's like you accumulate everything together, then I one shot.
And I play a big role in making her feel that way also because I am very confrontational by nature. And I do this thing and I swear to God, I feel like I do it for other people, but I also do it unnaturally when I shouldn't do it. Which is that, for example, if your face is a bit black, and I know the whole table could sense that your table black, and I will sense that, and then I might sense that the table is feeling, hey, why is Pat like that? Is she unhappy? If I feel like we are in this situation, my way, and it's a way, honestly, it works more than half the time. But when it backfires, it really backfires. I will tell Pat, hey, why your face so black?
Yeah, I hate it. I really hate it.
Yeah, and clearly she hates it. But I want to explain that rationale also, which is, I think 2 things happen. The first one is that I call you out so you know that you're presenting a very black face to everybody, and you might stop or change your face. The other thing is that I don't want other people to talk behind Pat's back and be like, oh, just now, like, when the door closed already, it's like, just now Pat's face very black or and I don't want that gossip to happen. So what I want to do is, the moment I say it, right, then usually the people around us, not just my parents, people will be like, John, you really and I'm okay with that. That completely takes the heat away from a gossip.
I told him many times that please don't call me out like that because I don't know how to react. And back then with his parents, right, I felt that it was me against the 3 of them. So imagine that he called me out further, right? It puts me even more lao kui, like very, I got no face lah in front of the 3 of them.
No exit lah.
Yeah, so I got even more angry, and then I just like tell myself like, wow, this is my life now I just need to suck it up because like if not I don't have a house. She was his parents. then I will be a divorced woman.
No, which I think was the fundamental problem. You saw it as 3v1.
Yeah.
And I saw it as that I am compressed between two impossible choices.
Yeah.
I cannot pick my wife over my parents, and I cannot pick my parents over my newlywed wife.
At that situation, I felt alone. No? I felt very lonely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we're in a better place now.
Mm.
So I'll say the last day when his parents moved out, right? I've never seen John so sad before. He cried as though his parents died. And then we had guests on that day somehow, you know.
Really?
We had, and then they were just sitting outside, and then I realized that for a while, you know, John is not here. So I went into the room, right? He was just sitting down in a corner and with his legs like that, just like that, right? And then when I went over,
Really, man?
he just burst out crying, and he said that I cannot believe I'm such a failure as a son, that I cannot house my parents. And then I burst out crying also because I've never seen him so sad. I've never seen him cry like that before. And then he's like, I cannot, I am so destroyed. Like, why do my parents have to go and live on their own? And why it feels as though that we are chasing them out? I was lost for words. I don't know how to answer him. At that point, I had to promise him that one day we will bring his parents back again. I don't know if I can live up to the promise, but I'll try. I really will try. I don't know if any of you felt the same as me, whether you are a daughter-in-law or son-in-law, but when you start to have your own house and you don't have children, and I know many people, right, those who have children will tell you differently. They will say it's a blessing. They will say, like, wow, it's the best of all to have your parents-in-law, because they gain something out of the parent-in-law, because the parent-in-law will help to look after their kids, and they can go on holiday, they can do whatever they want. Their parent-in-law will be
No,
there.
but it's not even about that for me. Like, I remember that when the day my parents moved in, right, was a day I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
That they have taken care of me for 25, 26 years. Today, they come and live under my roof. And in that very impossible first 3 to 5 months of conflict, right, I remembered that I went to speak to my parents in private also, and I said I hope you all understand and that Pat knows also that it's like that, and my parents understand. And the worst thing is that they had to apologize to me and say, we are sorry, I don't want you to, your marriage, something happened because of us. In that chat, right, all I could do, right, because we saw no end, is nudge my parents to continue the house hunt.
Yeah, and I think when they finally got down to finding the house, right, he started telling me, say, babe, there's 2 options now. There's one, there is a sale of balance flat that is very near and they can move out in 6 months. But there's another BTO, right, that will be more preferred. I have to wait for 2 years because that house, right, is like a very prime one lah. Downstairs will have like malls and all. Of course, they prefer that, and it's of a higher level. And then he even had to ask me things like, can wait 2 years or not? And like, you know. So I felt like, looking back, I felt very bad. I am like really the worst person that can be alive.
No. It's just that segment of your life. You were still wonderful in every other segment of your life. I want you to know that we waited and they got.
We waited and they got
better. Their house better than our house.
Yeah, their house is beautiful.
We're like, huh? Your house, your floor got garden, way higher floor, connected to shopping center. Yeah, so that kind of sums up, I think, the darkest period of our marriage. I think there's a lot more to it. But I think we learned so much from it.
We learned so
our
much.
marriage matured as a result. My relationship with my parents evolved as a result. I think Pat's relationship with my parents also changed a lot. Because many people, parent-in-law problems, right, are the fact that they see this girl as a young girl that's taking away their child.
Yes.
Yeah. Because of this whole conflict, right, we never had this problem.
Yeah.
My parents never ever felt this way. And so today, my parents are gonna come over, we're gonna ask them whether they remember this situation.
Can do or not?
Okay, we see how. So Pat's gonna do her makeup now. What I feel is that basically back then, I feel like if we had a helper, right, or some form of part-time help, things would have been different, you know, because a lot of our fights was really about our space and how we like our space. And so like, for example, today, I wanted to deep clean the house ahead of my parents, right? And Pat was like, just pack here already lah, no need lah. You know, it's like, it's not cause she don't like my parents or whatnot, it's just like really no need. And I get why really no need, but I just want lah, you know? And so we just booked Helpling through an app, which is very easy to book, and you know, you kind of save the anxiety or that stress, or you don't feel like this is my weekend, why am I deep cleaning my house for a weekend for somebody else to come to my house and see my house, you know? This translates to having friends over as well, especially if it's her friends or my friends, right? When after that we reset the house, we got varying standards of what is a good reset. I think outsourcing this thing has really been one of the better things lah, and I'm so glad our first channel sponsor is someone that we use. I think our house is very clean, and she went to open up our cabinets to rearrange the inside of the cabinets. Honestly, this is such an unnecessary thing. We are done with our 3-hour cleaning. I think what I like, right, and this is my plug for them, is that you don't need to tell them everything you want them to do. Really, you tell them your priority lah, right?
And then initiative.
Correct. They look around and then they decide what's needed, or they will ask you, "I'm gonna clean this now." Okay. As opposed to some, right? They finish one part, you say like, "Oh, I want to clean the fan." Then you clean the fan already, then they will come back and say, "I cleaned the fan already. What next?" You know. So it feels like an entire mission to just like look around your house because you don't want to waste your money because you book, right? So this one's good and
great.
And I don't know whether you know this. Okay, I recently found out only when they told me. Every single one of the Helpling staff are trained to 5-star hotel standard.
Wow.
They are trained in the KonMari technique of tidying, which is the Marie Kondo. Also, they have a 50-point checklist. They have a checklist of 50 things that they need to complete before they leave the house.
Wow!
Around 4.7 stars on Google. Yeah, this one very personal one. You remember last time when you and Pa first moved in, right? Did you know that Pa and I keep fighting every day?
I don't really see the big fight, but I can sense it because the environment in the house can tell the difference. So what I do is I will go to the room and tell your dad, let's stay in the room. Don't go out and disturb them. Let them have their free time to either settle down or go down. That's what I always tell them.
Do you know why we fight?
I don't really know why you fight. But I just felt that in my own gut feelings I felt that partly is because of us. Maybe there is no privacy. Things that you think you want to do, but then because we are there, a bit obstruct your living, you living ready lah. We felt that we are very, very blessed that the two of you wanted to house us, but I know you have a bit of friction over it. I can feel it, you know. So this is part of the reason that we feel like we should leave you all with your own time.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
No, don't worry.
So this episode, right? Basically, Pat and I talk about our biggest fight, and our biggest fight actually had to do with when y'all moved in, and we also don't really know exactly what's going on. I think Pat revealed something that I forgot, which is that the day that y'all moved out, right? After we helped y'all move ready, right? I went home and then she saw me crying at the corner of the house. That I feel like I drove you out of the house. And I want to say I'm very sorry.
No.
And I hope I can house you all again. That's why there's this room here.
Yeah. Don't feel sorry. I can understand because your mom been through all this. From day one I married your dad. I don't have a
own place.
Own place. We don't have, you know. We had to take care of the parents, you know, take care of the sisters and all that. So when it comes to my own children, I will always say, bear in mind that we try to let our children have their own free time.
Right.
So when that time after my hospitalization for my 5 weeks, I came back due to my rheumatoid arthritis, and you told me, you cannot stay in this house yourself. You have to move in with us. And Pat also say that. Pat also say, yeah, Mom, just move in with us, you know. So when the day I moved in, the first night, honestly, I didn't sleep well because I'm very upset that I didn't make it, you know, to the point that I don't disturb you, and here I am that disturbing you. I was actually very, very depressed because I want to get myself out of it. Yeah, I was very, very depressed.
Look at her now, she can sit on a stool. This is new, guys. She haven't sit on a stool for 20 years.
Yeah. My first operation already, when I already in the new house, I'm very happy that I can make it, you know. So you are coming here to visit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not lying in one of you people's room that either disturb my daughter-in-law or my son-in-law, my son, my daughter. No. But you all come and visit me. I want happy children to have happy life with me. I don't want my children to worry for me. All this is bring my mind. I'm very scared to trouble my children because I went through the experience that I take care of my mom, I take care of my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my father. I went through all this and I know how difficult it is.
Thank you.
Hey, can I say something?
Can.
I always proudly share with my friends. I said, I'm very blessed to have a daughter-in-law that's so willing to house the two of us. Really. Pat, thank you so much. I want to thank you wholeheartedly.
Hey, don't like that.
Serious. This is what I have. That's why I always like to hug her.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too. Love you, Pat.
Okay, we're gonna go play mahjong now, so we thought we share some tips and advice. We don't have any qualified advice to give you, okay? It's just that people ask, it took a long time for me to realize why Pat felt the way she felt. And so I think take time to speak to your partner, especially now when you are not fighting, where you're good times, there is no hurdles on living together. Really sit down and talk about your priorities for your space.
Don't turn everything into a fight. Sometimes when somebody forgets about something or the usual habit to upkeep the house, it could really be a slip of a mind.
Also automate as much as possible.
Yes.
Automate whatever you can automate. Of course, automation costs money and we are very privileged.
Yeah.
But you can start small one. For example, right, the mop, that kind, right? Get those that you press from the button, the water spray come out, that kind, you know?
Yes.
Like at least protect your bag.
Yeah.
Get a robot vacuum or outsource to Helpling, for example. We got promo code, stay tuned, we're not done yet. Stay tuned for the promo code. It's better than the usual promo code.
I still appreciate a part-time helper coming in because I don't like to iron. We used to fight about ironing. Now we don't. I don't really like to wash the toilet. Now we also don't because we have a part-time helper to clean. And the area that we need to clean now is a lot more. Like for example, the balcony. The robot vacuum cannot come into the balcony to mop the floor.
Yeah.
So I think once in a while, maybe once every week or 2 weeks, Helpling will be great.
It's good. I mean, the commitment between this and getting, like for example, a full-time live-in helper is crazy.
Do you know that we are not subsidized to get a full-time helper?
No child lah.
Yeah, because we have no child and we have no elderly at home.
Right. But got you, what? Okay, it's not about splitting the chores 50-50. The both of you own this house, and so this house is 100% both your responsibility. What we try to do, or what I try to do, is that I try and use the maintenance and upkeep of the house to show my love for Pat. That this is the kind of environment I want her to wake up to. So okay, and the last point is that I think it takes a good 6 months to 1 year to really get to know each other's habits.
Yes.
And I think especially if this is your first time living without your parents, right? So you will take some time to kind of find out what is your own beef also, especially when everything is under your charge now. And then no one is gonna come in and secretly do it for you while you're sleeping like Santa Claus. Don't have. It's all you or your spouse. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode.
CNY is around the corner and we know that the household chores can be a big hassle because there's so much to do. But don't worry, you can get household help from Helpling.
That's right, they are like a super steady friend that you can count on for help. And if you use our promo code JOHNPAT, you can get $25 off your home cleaning or any other service you find on the Helpling app.
More information can be found in the description box below.
Yeah, I would like to thank Helpling once again. Shout outs to them for supporting our channel and being one of the first channel partners.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like. Let us know what you feel in the comment section. And then subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.